My stepmother tried to cut me off, but ended up getting my dad removed from the will. My mom died when I was little, so for most of my childhood, it was just me and my dad. He wasn't perfect, but he was mine. He forgot school forms sometimes, burned dinner more than once, and there were nights when we both just ate cereal and watched movies, because neither of us had the energy to do more. But he loved me. I never questioned that. We had our routines. Friday night movies on the couch, pancakes on Sundays, long car rides with music playing when he needed to clear his head. For a long time, even after losing my mom, I still felt like I had one person in the world who would always choose me. Then he met Denise. At first, I liked her. I really did. She was polite, organized, and seemed to make life easier. She asked about school, remembered little things I said, and brought this calm into the house that made everything feel more stable. When my dad married her, she came with 2 kids, Sarah, who was 7, and Kyle, who was 5. And for a while, it actually felt good. The house was louder, busier, fuller. We ate dinner together, played board games, went out more. My dad seemed happy again, and I wanted that for him more than anything. That's what made it hurt so much when things started changing. Because it didn't happen all at once. It started small. If Sarah wanted something I had, I was told to be mature and let her have it. If Kyle made a mess, everyone laughed because he was still little. If I got upset, Denise would sigh and say, "Emma, you're older, you understand." That became the answer to everything. You're older, you're mature, you understand. At first I tried to believe it meant they trusted me more. But after a while, it stopped feeling like maturity, and started feeling like I was just easier to disappoint. Then they started going on trips without me. A holiday weekend here, a spring trip there, little getaways where somehow I always ended up staying behind to take care of the pets. Denise always framed it like it was a compliment, like I was being trusted with responsibility, but I knew what it really meant. Sarah and Kyle got to be the kids. I got left behind. When they came back, they'd show me pictures and souvenirs and tell me how fun it was, and I'd stand there pretending it didn't bother me, because by then I had already learned that if I looked hurt, I'd be called selfish. Then there were the gifts. Sarah and Kyle always got more excitement, more attention, more effort. Their birthdays were bigger, their Christmas lists were fulfilled. Mine felt like something people remembered at the last second. The Christmas I was 14 was the moment I stopped making excuses for all of it. That year, Sarah and Kyle each got brand new Nintendo consoles. They screamed, they hugged Denise, they ran around opening games and accessories. And me? I got a $25 gift card in an envelope. I still remember sitting there holding it, trying not to cry while everyone else celebrated. My dad saw my face. I know he saw it, and all he said was, "You're older, Emma. You understand these things better." I understood, all right. I understood that I was no longer the child he protected first. After that, I stopped expecting fairness from them. Instead, I started trying to build something for myself. I began doing odd jobs around the neighborhood without telling anyone. I mowed lawns, walked dogs, helped an older neighbor clean out her garage, watered plants when families went out of town, babysat a few times on weekends. I saved every dollar. 10 here, 20 there, a little more after a longer job. By the end of the year, I had $700. $700 may not sound like much, but to me, it meant everything. It was the first thing that felt completely mine. I had earned it myself, quietly, without asking anyone for help. Then Denise found it. I came home one afternoon and knew right away someone had been in my room. Things were mostly where they belonged, but not exactly. One drawer was half open. Then I saw Denise downstairs, holding the envelope. She asked me where I got the money. I told her the truth. Every lawn, every dog walk, every babysitting job. She didn't believe me. Or maybe she did, and just didn't want to. She said no 14-year-old had $700 hidden in a room unless she stole it or did something wrong to get it. I remember just staring at her. Not even angry at first, just shocked, because I had worked so hard for that money, and instead of listening, she looked at me like I was disgusting. Then my dad got home, and instead of defending me, he listened to her. That hurt more than anything Denise said. I kept trying to explain. Denise kept cutting me off, saying I was sneaky, disrespectful, ungrateful. My dad kept telling me to calm down, like my reaction was the real problem. At one point he asked why I had hidden the money, and I said, because if I left it out, it wouldn't stay mine. The room went quiet for a second, because I think part of him knew I was right. But instead of admitting it, everything just got louder. Denise got offended. Sarah and Kyle started crying because they heard shouting. My dad told me to stop making everything worse. So I went to my room, shut the door, and called my grandparents. They were my mom's parents. They lived in another state, and they had no other children. My mom was their only child, which meant for years, my dad had been the one expected to inherit everything when they passed. That had always been the assumption. He was their son-in-law, I was their only grandchild, and we were supposed to be family. That night, I told them everything. The trips, the gifts, the pets, the way Denise's kids always came first. The money, the accusation, all of it. My grandfather went very quiet while I talked. A few days later, he came himself. Before he even got to the house, he had already called the neighbors I worked for. Every single one of them confirmed my story. The lawns, the dog walking, the babysitting. That money was mine. When he realized how I had been treated, he was furious. Not loud furious, cold furious. The kind that makes final decisions. He told my dad exactly what he thought of him. He said letting his daughter be pushed aside in her own home was a choice. He told Denise that favoritism wrapped up as parenting was still cruelty. And after that, he changed his will. He cut all of them out. My dad, Denise, Sarah, Kyle, all removed. He made it clear that if they could treat me like I didn't matter, then they would not benefit from anything he and my grandmother had built. I left with my grandparents that same week. Different state, different school, different life. Later, my dad and Denise found out about the will through a lawyer. That's when they started reaching out. Calls, emails, messages, excuses. Suddenly they wanted to talk. Suddenly they wanted to explain. Suddenly there was regret. But my grandfather shut it down immediately. He told them not to confuse consequences with misunderstanding. He made it very clear that the problem was not one argument about money. It was years of favoritism, neglect, and the fact that my own father had stood there and let it happen. And now, as far as I know, they regret everything. But regret came late. Late enough that I had already built a life without them. It was hard at first, moving away. I was angry for a long time. Sad too. Because even after all of it, part of me still wanted my dad to come after me. To choose me. To really choose me. Without money being part of it.